Hi, good morning. It is the 25th of April 2023. Uh, Everything's running real smooth. We're still at about 700 kilowatts maximum. We've got lots of water still running yet. Water's kind of high, which we need it. We like high water. Keeps the flow going. Keeps the cash in the coffers. So we definitely need to keep production up. So that's what we do. Just kind of walking the penstock this morning. This section through here goes up. That is our penstock. We need to walk it every once in a while, usually every week at least, just to check it, make sure that there's nothing different, nothing showing up, no water spewing out. I do that several different ways. Obviously, the easiest way is to walk up and down it. But that won't show you all where it might leak, because it could re-leak out to the river. So I try to look down the river as much as I can, looking up and down and seeing if I see any water running out anywhere. And at this time of year, it's pretty difficult to do that, simply because the water's running high. Trying to get down here now. The water's running high, and the rocks are slippery. So we're careful. Looking up the edges, and I really don't see anything. If that is, what is that? Must be a turkey up there. We're gonna wander up that way and see what that. There's an animal up here. So let's go up and see what it is. I think it was a turkey that's down there trying to get a drink. But something was definitely on the rocks down there, so we'll wander that way. Maybe if it's a fisher, we're going the other way. We'll get up here and see what we can see. We have lots of wild turkeys in the area. They fly over here all the time. Yes, turkeys fly. The river's still running pretty high. Should be able to see something right in here. Nope. Believe it or not, if you can see it, there's Mr. Beaver. Not sure how he got in there or where he came from, because that's awful fast water to be trying to survive in. I mean, he might be down in this pool living down there gnawing on a, you can't even hear us. He's right down there gnawing on a stick. I'm sure he came up out of the water. Oh, he's picking up another stick and gnaw on that. They eat the bark off of the twigs. We still have a lot of twigs. This area is where those. That was from some of the logging some of that down, taking some of those trees out of there. There were several trees in here that we took down to make sure that we still, had ample. We want to get as much light on into our area as possible, so that a pollinator garden will grow. We'll kind of go around this way, see if we can get another look at that beaver. I don't know if you can see him real well, but he's down there. This through here, pretty rampant. This is they climb up. This is the spot where they climb up to jump off to the rock diving or jumping. Nobody dives, they just jump. And that rock right there is where they jump off into that pool down there. They tell me that this is 10 to 12 feet deep, maybe 14 in spots, but there's also boulders in there. Somewhere there's a hemlock 2x12 that's probably 10 feet long that's gone down there, maybe 12 feet long. So that's there somewhere. We're coming up. You can see the mist in the air. You hear the roar of the water. Now up here we do have a slight leak. We're not really sure exactly where it's coming from, but it exits out under these rocks right there, that crevice underneath that. It leaks out. Here's the top of the water at the spillway. That is our spillway. That gate over there comes out of the intake structure, which is right here. The intake structure that's basically just a bypass gate. This, of course, in here is part of our pollinator garden. This area here is a problematic spot because of the vent pipe. When we shut down the units, and the units get shut down because of a drop in the electrical incoming power, everything shuts off, and you get a spray of water up. From that, a backwash, if you would. It can go 10, 12 feet high. Drops right down in there, so it kind of washes us out. Well, this is all fill. And it's really poor quality fill. There's not much topsoil in it. It's just sandy gravel. There's our tree. We have a tree stuck in the intake. I'll get you over here if we can see it. There's our tree. Behind this is the racks that take the water in. That current there is flowing pretty good. You're not going to outswim that. It's about 15 foot deep right here in this intake structure. We can get you over here. That's the gate that we saw on the other side. We still have that dock that's in here. You can't see it now because the water's high. But about halfway out there, there's a dock and a tree. Both of them will have to be removed. Generally, we don't have any water going over the top of the spillway, that's where we like to be. It likes to be running most of the summer. But right now, we don't have that luxury. We're running at capacity. We got a whirlpool down there. Suck it in. My curiosity's got me going. I think maybe that beaver went over the top of the dam and went down. I don't know. That'd be a really rough ride. Get my board and back into place. The riprap over here. Those rocks right through there, the riprap. I got to get some of that brush cut out of there soon. It's with it being wet and slippery, I'm not really, inclined to do it. This is our electrical panels. I brought in 3-phase power, 3-phase 280 to this panel here. We drop down over to the transformer there, which the transformer then drops it down, goes to the lighting circuit and the one outlet. So we're coming in with 240 3-phase, and it's simply because that motor that runs the gate. Let me bring you back around that way. This is the back side of that motor right in there. That's a gate that slides down, shuts off the pin stock, and that controls the water going to the plant. We can de-water the plant by closing that. That was broke for about 5 years, so the wires were broke. Then I finally got permission to go ahead and dig it out, put a new retrench it, put new lines in, and that was expensive. That transformer was about $1,000. What I had done with that is I sent it into the to the engineer and said, "Dave, tell me what we need here." And he said, "Well, I'll just go ahead and order it." Okay. So he sent me, that's what he sent me. We weren't going to even go nearly that big, but he did. Now, because that is that's 3-phase coming up here, we can tie on to that. We're standing right over the pin stock right now. It comes down, it makes a slight angle, goes back. So anyway, so yeah, we can tie on to that and run it to our house project when we start that. I was hoping we could do that this year, but I don't know about this year, but maybe next. Let's see if our friend the Beaver is still here. Yeah, it looks like he's still down there eating. Now, if you were a beaver and you had to come down, you came down over the top of that waterfall, I don't think I'd be real happy. At one point, my beaver story, when we were younger living up here, before Daniel was born, I had a buddy, Bobby. Now, Bobby used to find the secret fishing holes that nobody had ever been to before, or so he said. Well, one day he said, "Hey, we found a fishing hole. Let's go up there and go fishing." Great. So we took off, went through the woods. Of course, everything here is woods. We probably walked a half mile in. There's a brand new beaver pond. Just dammed up a little stream. We waded out because you couldn't stand on the edge because the grass was too high. So we waded out a little bit into the water. And we're casting. And from behind me, I hear a slap. I turned around, and there, between me and the shore is the beaver, and he's not real happy that I'm standing in his beaver pond. So off we went. We ended up getting out of there. We caught absolutely nothing. Some little teeny tiny fish, and that was it. So we got out of there, and Bobby said, "I think we go this way." And I said, "Well, no, I think we go the other way." And he said, "No, I'm sure we go this way." So we went Bobby's way. About 7 to 10 miles later, come across one of the old timers at his camp, and he said, no, you boys went the wrong direction. Let me give you a ride back to where your car is." So he gave us a ride back to the car. That was the longest fishing day ever. We used to do some crazy stuff when we were younger. We spent we would go ice fishing in the wintertime. And we went ice fishing only, not for sport. We went ice fishing so we could eat. We had no money, nobody. We weren't poor. We had a roof over our head. We had firewood. We had heat. We just didn't have extras. And so one of the ways we could do it was we could go fishing, and we could have 4 or 5 meals out of what we were catching. So off we would go off ice fishing. We would take, believe it or not, we'd take tuna fish sandwiches and stand out on the ice. We drill holes and ice fish all day long. We'd get frostbite. Oh, the good old days. The rooster, that's the young rooster. He never seems to shut up. The girls are sitting on the post. A couple of the black hens are all right there. I put them away the other day. Could only find 2 black hens, so I had to look around, and one of them was just hanging out underneath the trailer. So I got her, and we round her up and got her in. Generally, you can just walk behind the chickens and they'll go right to the coop. But you've got to get them started in the right direction. Otherwise, they're pretty bullheaded. Remember, they're females. The roosters go right in because they're like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea, and they walk right in. Water from the runoff seems to be slowing down a tad bit. As you can see, this is the scenario down here. This area in here is also filled dirt. A lot of it was from construction of that building. They just piled it out here. The brick building was here. That was the 1925 building there. The block building was in 1988, so 86 to 88. About the time we were doing our fishing. That's where the two runoffs, one spring, one runoff, go together. Meet out there. That's where it's coming out from underneath the rock from the trees over there. But anyways, that's where we're at today. I've got a doctor's appointment this morning at 9:30, so gonna go see Carla. Having a little pain in the side, so instead of waiting around like I normally do until I can't hardly stand to move, so or anything bad starts to happen, I think I'll just go ahead and get it rectified now. So we've got to do that. I'm going to go to the back to the trailer, do a little bit of work on the trailer bathroom this morning. Got to drop the car off. The Toyota's got to get dropped off tonight because tomorrow morning at 0 dark 30, we've got to get the we got to get everybody out, and or we got to be at 6:30. We've got to be in Amsterdam, so that means we have to leave here at 5:30, which means I'll probably have to swing down through about 5:15 and let the chickens out. So we don't like to do it that way because we like it to be a little lighter, but we may just have to do it that way, or they may have to just wait until we get bit back and come in and let them out. It's a couple hours process, so should be out of there by 8:30. Be back by 10, I would assume. So maybe we'll do it then. I don't know. We'll find out. Anyways, so that's where we're at today. You got a little bit more of a nature walk today. Not so much stuck inside. The clouds, they are breaking up, so that's a good thing. I'm going to contact the guy to either come up and fix the tires, or we got to talk to Mr. Bill and we'll get him off and get that tractor tire fixed, because that's just got to be done. All right, that's enough talk for today. As always, you guys have a great day. Take care of yourselves and those around you, because that's all that we got.